Manali, can I start? Or are we waiting for anybody else? Manali's lost her voice today, so you can chat, Manali. Just send me a message on chat. All right. So Varun, Purnima, Indika, those who have not met me, my name is Herbert, and I've been working with Oracle ERP systems for a long time. I'm Manali's colleague. Manali's lost her voice today, so she asked me to step in and help with this. Right. Um, so I'm going to do my best to help you with this. Please feel free to ask questions. The topic that's been given today for me is alerts composer, how to set up alerts for ORC. Manali, are you also um, making sure that we are live on YouTube on this? Okay. Uh, Oracle demos. Can someone confirm that you're able to see my screen with a vision instance?
Yeah, both clear. Yes.
All right, let's get going. So alerts, you might have noticed when in earlier sessions that you get notifications right on this notification bar, or for some reason everything's being cleaned up here. But if you look at other applications, there's several notifications that come up which are collected. How do these notifications come? What is the importance of this? I just want to, yeah, say for example, on this instance, I get all these notifications, right? If I open this, there's a message in this notification with certain details. Um, and you see an action button also here, claim. And we also get to see, sorry, I closed it by mistake. We also get to see who are the approvers for this particular notification. Okay. So how is this set up? How does the system know when to trigger this? What details to come up? Can this be configured? This is a typical requirement that many customers have. Uh, so as part of recruitment, these kind of notifications get triggered. For example, when an offer is made, you may want to trigger a notification to the candidate, or when an offer is approved, you may want to trigger notification to the offer team on approval saying, hey, this offer is ready to go. If a candidate is hired, if a candidate is rejected, you may want to send a notification to the candidate uh, saying, hey, you've been picked for this role, or sorry, you've not been picked for this role, or thanking them, so on and so forth. So all these notifications are configurable. Most of these are configurable, meaning we can adjust, the what details are appearing here. We can put in a message here. We can control many aspects of this. So that's what we're going to look at today. Okay. Um, so if you want to, you can follow along with me. You can see what's going on. I'm going to ping on the chat window. I'm going to ping the instance that I'm using, just in case you want to write along. Also put in the username password in case you want to follow along. Okay. Oracle demos, yes. So this these notifications or alerts, uh, they are controlled by, to if you want to set them up, you'll have to go down to tools on the hamburger menu at the left corner. After you log in, go to tools, click on alerts composer. Okay. This will take you to this alerts module where you can do several things. Okay. Here you see a list of alerts that are out of the box. You can create your own custom alert by using this add button here. We'll come to that in a few minutes. Uh, there are nearly every conceivable alert Oracle has already created for us and given to us. You can make a copy of this alert and then modify it, so it becomes easy for you. Um, and on the left hand side, you see the list of alerts that are out of box. You also can see the alert history, meaning what was fired when. Uh, right. So you can see a list of processed alerts, what is currently running, and what can be scheduled also. So this means alerts notifications can be scheduled also periodically. Those also can be controlled. So what is being processed? Say for example, this an alert when a new account was created, or when a journey in um, onboarding module, when the journey is assigned, that they also have alerts. So this is that alert. Okay. You can also see when this alert started, but notice that this start date is the start date of the server, uh, and the start time of the server. So my time is just 11:38 a.m., whereas this says 3:20 p.m. already. So it's not clearly running out of my laptop. It is running on the server, indicating the server time period. Then you can also see how long the alert took using duration. Anything that is, and sometimes alerts are badly coded, or some other technical problem happens, and then this duration becomes too high. So if an alert did not go, if someone says, "Hey, I did not get any notification for this," then you go into alerts history and you see what was triggered when, and you see what was the status. If it's a green status, it means success. I don't think anything has failed here so far. Yeah, nothing has failed here. If it's failed, then it will be red in color. Okay, you can also purge many of these notifications. By purging, what I mean is you can delete these notifications from the database so that they don't appear. Why do you do it? Because there could be hundreds and thousands of notifications being sent out every day across the modules for different people using the system, in which case the number of notifications, and you're keeping track of all these notifications, this will tend to build up. Your database suddenly, in 1 week, it will build up a lot. Okay, so to avoid the problem, usually the database administrator, they will either archive these notifications, so that every day whatever is there, just like archiving your email on Outlook, or purge, meaning whatever are completed. If you don't need records for over 6 months of alerts, then you can just purge those, take those out. Okay, so that's alerts history. um let's get back to alerts. Okay, let me open up one alert. So let's see. Okay. As part of ORC, let's take this candidate assessment completed. Okay, a candidate may be asked to take an assessment. They may be given a questionnaire. Um, you might have seen that functionality already. Um, when the candidate completes its assessment, a notification can be triggered to the hiring manager and the recruiter. Okay, so that's what this out of box alert does. So we'll see the anatomy of this. Okay, right. So okay, um, you see, uh, bunch of fields here. Let's go to them one by one. First is access level. Meaning is can this be extended or not? Meaning extended, extensible in Oracle means it's user configurable. We can do something with it. We can adjust certain things on it. So, for example, here it's another template here. A template is the body, defines typically the body of the notification. So we can put our own message there. We can make it more user friendly. That's what it is. So changes like that are allowed on this alert. There are some alerts where you cannot make any changes. Okay, if you can make changes, then the access level is set to extensible. Otherwise, I think it's called system, and system alerts, you can view them but you cannot change them. Is this enabled or not? Yes, that means this can also be disabled. You don't want this alert. Your customer says, no, we are sending out too many alerts, or no, I can't, I'm interviewing 100 candidates, each of them taking 3 tests, that's 300 notifications coming in, it's too much, disable this alert. Yes, you can disable this. Okay. um, Alert code, this is a techie friendly code for quick searching of an alert. In case there are two similarly named alerts, then you can code them differently and still search for them. You give a name for this alert, out of box thing, and a simple description for this alert. Every alert will have a template attached to it. The template defines what is the body of this alert. So this the name of the template given attached to this alert. Really simple name. It doesn't have to be complicated or whatever. Let's see how it looks like. There's a preview. Yeah. So let's start from the bottom. Okay, this is what is going to go out. This message text is what is going to go out to the hiring manager and recruiter. It'll just say, hello candidate, this is the candidate display name, has completed an assessment requested for job requisition, whatever was the job title and job requisition number. Okay, so this is the message that's going to go out. Whatever is within this curly brackets and starts with a dollar, that is going to be replaced by the actual data from the database. So here it says candidate display name. So whatever was given as a display name for the candidate when the candidate created their application, that's going to come in here. Okay. Likewise, here the requisition name and the requisition number are going to be replaced here. Okay, so if you open, when a candidate receives this notification, if you open it and look at it, it will say hell. Uh, I mean, if you go as a hiring manager and see what's there, it's going to say, hello, candidate Herbert George has completed an assessment requested for job requisition, let's say programmer manager, and the requisition number. That's how this will look. Okay, the format, you can send a HTML formatted message or or a simple text message. HTML will let you allow a little more fancier things like images and maybe highlight, bold, extra. A little more branding is available. You can set up a subject line also for your message, and even within the subject line, you can add an embedded data here. Okay. So this subject line, when this alert is fired as an email, it will go with the subject line, an assessment completed by candidate Herbert George. Right. I'm going to come to this work list in a minute. I'm just going to close this for now. I want to show how it is. Um, if you edit this, if I edit this template, I can manage who receives this and what's the message. Okay. So I was just pointing this out to you. This is the message text. You can write this here. Um, you can insert an image. This is HTML code. If you know HTML code, you can go in and you can make changes here. I don't want to do that now. I want to keep it in simple English. I can change the foreground color. the background color. Um, what's this? I can insert an expression. So this is, for example, an expression. This what is called as an expression. It's embedded data, nothing else. If I want to add something else, let's see what we can do. Okay, let's say I want to add the date here. Let's see if the date comes up. Mm, okay, this says which role that particular data belongs to. Let's say person details. Okay, these are the person details available that I can put in here. If I change this to human resources representative, let's see what else. It's the same list that comes up here also. Um, so for the time being, all that we have to know is uh, we can add more details, more embedded data here using this insert expression. We spoke about inserting images. I can insert a table here, just like work, just like Word. Okay. If I want to insert other expressions, let's say JSON. Let's see if anything comes up. No, nothing comes up here. Okay. Know that expressions are available for this alert. Other alerts may offer more. When you look at the custom alerts, we'll see more details coming here. I want to add if I want to add who needs to uh, receive this message. So currently, the recruiter and the hiring manager, they have been set up as recipients. Okay. This expression is written in, I forgot the name of the language. I think it's called Go language or something like that. It This is the syntax of that language. Um, and from the work list, they pulled out this expression for pulling out who the hiring manager should be. Okay. Or I can, let's see, or I can just type in and a static email address. That also will work. Okay. But static email addresses are not preferred simply because if this person we have a dynamic way of finding who the hiring manager is and who the requisition recruiter is. These two are marked on the requisition details. It's who is the hiring manager recruiter, and it will send this alert out to them with this particular body. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far? Anyone? Any questions?
Herbert, I have a question. How do you
Sure.
recognize who is the hiring manager based on the role?
Um,
How does system recognize based on the role that you give
so
the particular user ID? Is it
when
that only,
you
or there is something else also?
define a requisition, you would have put in this the name of the hiring manager. So when I
Okay,
go here,
from the hiring manager part. Okay, got it.
yeah, when I create a requisition,
Yeah, there is an option hiring team. We
yeah,
added there.
yeah, right here it would have been there. Okay, that's where it's picking up from. Requisition hiring manager. Good question. Any other questions? All right. If not, we'll move on. Um, like I said, these are seeded notifications. Uh, let's say, if I put workless, the only hassle with this is we'll have to figure out if we want to add another role, let's say collaborator, we'll have to figure out what would be that person's what would be this expression for that particular person. That's what we'll have to figure out. Okay. But you can figure that out by probably using the help application help. Click on the name, go to applications help, make sure pop-up is not blocking it. Let me see. Um, your expression language. This is a language that's being used to figure this out. Okay, generally speaking, if we oh, this is for SCM, that's why. For yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if you search around on the help desk, you should be able to find what should be the terminology that we should use to add another person here. Or usually I'll go to Oracle Support Center and I'll search there. Yeah. Yeah, these simple will be able to tell you how we can find out different names. Okay. I don't to go much into this for the time being. But here, if you add workless and you can add other requisition names, uh, that should be fine. What typically developers will do is we'll go and search in the list of alerts. We'll go and search for other who this notification is going to, and then see what the template was used that was there, and then add that. See, for example, here this going to the work ready. So I'll just copy this expression and use it in my own alert if I want to. Okay. So that's how I find out what is the expression to be used actually. So let me go back again to candidate assessment. if I'm going to edit this, okay. We can add more than one body. We can add more than one template here. And I can edit. Supposing I want the candidate template also. Okay. I can put in one more text and make sure the recipient is the name of the candidate. Say requisition. Maybe it'll say candidate name. So put this, and if I apply this, now what's going to happen is when this alert gets triggered, there'll be two notifications that go. This notification, this one, is going to go to the recruiter and hiring manager saying assessment is completed, whereas this will go to the candidate saying that hey, congratulations on completing this message or something like that. Okay. If you middle of the project or after you go live, whatever, you decide that this message should not go out to the candidate anymore, you can just disable this. Set the option to no. Okay. I'm going to delete this. This is an extra. This is a seeded notification, so I'm not going to modify this. Run options. These are going to define how that notification or that email that's going to be received is going to be controlled. Do you want to stop duplicate messages? For example, if already a message has been sent to that person, do you want to stop any more duplicate messages or no? And for how long? How many period? Maybe that person may be having an out of office message box, in which case you don't want to be sending non-stop duplicate messages, so you have to be careful there. That's what this setting controls. Do you want to log the activity history? Typically set to no, because there are hundreds of thousands of notifications being fired every day. If you log all their activity, then it becomes a lot. If there is a problem with this alert, if someone says I did not get this alert and you want to track what's going on, then what you do is you come in and set this log activity to yes and try firing it. Then it will write into the log if it's failing or if it's passing, how long did it take, and then you can go to alerts history and then you can see what happened. Simulate run is, you can, if you set this to yes, then what will happen is you can fire the alert and see how the output looks like, if it's going correctly or not, but the notification does not leave the system at all. It will not go to the hiring manager or anybody. It's meant only for you, the developer or the consultant, and you can see how it's looking like. The same thing you can also do by using this preview button here. Okay, so this will say how it's going to look like. This shows how it looks like. And then if you have Fusion supports multiple language packs. So if you use, say, a Hindi language pack or a Spanish or a Chinese language pack, this will show you how it'll look in that particular language. Okay, I've not set up anything here, but this would have come up with additional language. All right, so this is about the out-of-box alerts. If you search here in the search box for all ORC alerts, you'll get a long list of ORC alerts. Let's say, I think it's called IRC here. Yeah, it's called IRC. This is because in the older version of Fusion e-business suite, it used to be called IRC, and then it became ORC in this thing. So all the recruitment notifications begin with IRC tag, whereas I think learning, all the alerts across different modules are here. So see, these are the learning alerts that are being triggered here. If I want core HR, I think that starts with Aura. Yeah, all Aura items start with that. Let's say it's the HR. Let me see. Yeah, the HR notifications are here for different items. Payroll. Yeah, bunch of alerts for payrolls also set up. Okay, so I'm going to look for IRC specifically. You see a long list of alerts have been set up. Okay, whether to enable them or disable them, it's up to you and the customer. Remember, if I set this to disable, if you don't enable this, then this alert is not going to trigger. Usually, see, this is a lot of alerts. Okay, though it's very useful, and this is just one of 25, 90 items here, right? If 90 alerts go out for one person, and many of these are going to the hiring manager's box will just explode. Same for the recruiter. Okay, so you want to be careful about which alerts you're enabling them. And you have to tell your customer, uh, yeah, think through which ones you're going to be actually sending out to or not. Look at this. All these are alerts that I've been getting. There are, in just a space of about a week, I've got 1,143 alerts. Okay, and simply because I'm the system administrator on this particular instance. It's too much. Okay, no one is going to go through all that. So you want to use your alerts wisely. Send out only, first identify what alerts are really important for operations and send out only that. Don't keep enabling all the alerts simply because they're available. Okay, so those are some good practices to have. Any questions so far?
But I see that there are two different symbols for the alerts. If you scroll down, so what's the difference between those? Are they same?
Where do you see this? Speaking about
It was
this,
just before some time you showed us, and there were three boxes for some alerts, and for a few it
so
was
the
not there.
inside, the
No,
inside or
outside
outside?
only. Outside, see there is a yellow mark, and for some there are three boxes. So is there any difference between them? You can
Let's
search for some other aura. Yeah,
this.
see the difference. Yeah, is there any difference for this kind of alerts?
I don't think there is a difference per se. One second. No, for the most part, it's the same. I don't think there is any significant difference as far as managing alerts go. Uh, that's a good question. Some of this may be. Let me check with these system alerts. See, the access level is user. That's what's the difference. What we saw was extensible. So this is a user-defined alert, meaning some user has actually set it up. So that's what we're going to see next. Actually, if I click on this add button here, I'm going to now create my own alert. Okay, so that's called a user-defined alert. I think that's what the icon was referring to. Is that uh, is that does that answer your question?
No, actually, the same alert. If with the same symbol, there are user alerts also, user access level alerts also. I believe must be some difference.
Yeah, I'm saying this icon is for user alerts.
No, same icon is also
Yeah.
for user.
Yeah, you're right. One second. Enable. I'm not sure about this. about it, it may be worth exploring
Yeah, I'll also
what
explore.
each one is showing. It could be a combination of user and in being enabled or not. If I let's see what happens when I say this. It's still there. Yeah, nothing is changing here. Yeah, it might be worth exploring it. Do take a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so add now. Let's move on to adding a user-defined alert. This my own alert. This is not delivered by Oracle, but Oracle gives me the ability to make these alerts by myself. So again, I'll set up everything. I'll give it a name, identify what's a resource that's supposed to be associated with this. This is basically the modules, I think. So if I'm setting up a talent, I'm setting a learning alert on certain learning records, then I'll be using one of this. I can set up alerts only on these categories. It's not for everything. Okay. Um, Let me quickly check what was the RC alert resource. This for employees. Yeah. And anyway, go ahead and okay for ORC. I think we can set this to workers. Um, or you can set up for a particular job. What we choose here as resource, I believe, will define what expression language, I mean, what are our options when we set up the expression language. So what attributes come there or not depends a lot on what are the resources I'm choosing here. So remember that only one resource can be set up here. If you choose here, groovy expressions. Yeah. Purnima, you may want to check a little more on this. Okay. This will give you a lot of information about this. Can check on. Yeah, this gives me a list of different attributes that I can use to pull out information or to display information. Okay. You can explore this on your own time, but this help is really so. What is a filter? Um, let's say I'm picking up some information about disabilities, okay, attachments that they have to give for a disability. Okay, here I can define that and say disability documents. Let's assume there's something, an expression like that. Yeah, my syntax is wrong, but I'm not going to get into that. Okay, So all that this adds is a filter for what information I can pull out of here. Okay, I need to put in the right expression, only then it's going to work. Just for time being. Yeah, I have to get the right expression. I don't have this right now. That's why it's not going through. Anyway, filter is optional. We don't need to necessarily have that in there. The template, like we saw earlier. Um, okay, let's have a test case for this. What am I trying to do here? Let's see. Okay, drug check. We got to of failed drug test. Let's say somebody fails a drug test, and we want to let the hiring manager know at that point. Um, Let me give a name for this template. Failed drug check. Yeah, and then I can manage who's going to go to. It's going to go to worklist manager. Can I add anybody else? So only the worker related information comes in because we chose our resource earlier as workers. Anyways, check. Let's say I want the person number to appear, to be used as a group by us. The following candidates have failed drug check. And let's say I want to insert someone. And the person number, the display name, and I want their applicant number. Okay. So for each person who fails the drug check, it's going to put in their display name and their applicant number and send this alert out. Run options. Yeah, there are two ways to run a user defined alert. One can be on demand, meaning I'll have to come in here and actually click on the button to run it, or I can set up a schedule. Schedule is, do you want to run it hourly, daily, weekly? Don't let customers say, okay, run it every hour, because there's a big load on the system. It's going to look through all the candidates, see all the people who fail, and then send information all the truck managers. A heavy lift. Okay, so let's say I run once daily. Okay, I can give a start time when it should start and when it should end by. Also, that's also important. Um, so during this period of time, it's going to be scanning the system for candidates who failed the drug test, and then keep pushing their information to the hiring manager. Okay, how many messages do we want to send? Why does this come up? When we periodically scan and send an alert, the same candidate might appear more than once. Okay, and the same hiring manager can also be in that loop more than once. How many maximum messages do we want to send to the hiring manager in that case? That I may say 5 times I want to send the same message. Do you want to stop duplicate messages, logging activity history? We saw this earlier. Okay, so if I schedule this, then this is the option. If I set it up to on demand, I'll come here and I'll just manually run the alert using this alert option. Um, these remain the same. There is nothing different about this. Okay. Do we have questions um, around setting up a custom alert?
I have a question here, but just
Sure.
when you come to run option and you click on save and close, is it run automatically on demand run, or there is any
Not
run
no.
button? We need to...
I don't think you can. Oh, it's asking for a filter also. I don't think it can. It'll run automatically. You'll have to run it once at least manually. Let me see if you can. Not allow me. Okay. It's because the file. Mm, let me see if we can pick this up quickly. On middleware. Sorry, I'm not able to get the requisition here. I mean the right worker syntax. Okay. Yeah, I should have first found this out. One second, let me see if I have this filter. Yeah, this is the filter resource name. Let me see if I can add this here. Sorry, this is the only example I have right now for me. I'm doing this just so that I can get through this. So what this expression does is it's going to check if a particular assignment is due within 7 days from today, and it'll send out an alert. Yeah, the records are all here. Okay, and just put something to this just to enable this and see what happens. Test. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. See, this icon is different also. It's probably because it was user defined. Right. Now, how do I run this? Drug test. I can click on run here and I can run this. Okay, this is an on-demand alert I set up. Not sure. Purnima, is that clear?
Yeah,
This
yeah, it answers my question. Yeah. And I got the difference. One is event alert, another is resource alert. That's why the symbol is different.
okay. Yeah, if you look at the help item here, I think was sorry, it was somewhere here, I think. Yeah, you'll see information about different types of alerts. If it's a resource alert or if it's the basic, I think, difference was in the periodicity with which we can run it or not. I might be wrong though. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is set up an alert, um, set up a template, use any one of these functions to trigger a message to that particular person. Okay, it could be, for example, this is going to the human resources representative. Okay, so you can use this email template. You can set up these email templates, fire it to your, send it to your own HR rep on the system, or to whoever it is, and see if you're able to set up that alert completely or not. Okay, you can use any of this. Okay, how I came here was I clicked on this button on this help icon. If you can open any, I think it should be there on any, yeah. Open any alert, click on this question mark. You can go to functions, Groovy expressions in order to get access. Okay. Event alert is when a particular event happens in the database, then that gets triggered. Like I said, it's a question of periodicity. When is it going to be triggered or not? Um, they're based on 3 different triggering criteria. Um, and the other type is resource alert, where um, I check for a particular condition, and then I can set to fire it. Okay, so those are just the 2 salient differences between both. Try these options. Make sure you go through this alerts composer section. It'll give you a lot of good information. some of which I may not have covered, but please do go through this. And I want you to be able to set up at least one alert notification, like using the setups that we tried so far. It's very important that you try it and be hands-on with it. Where did it go? Oh, sorry, it's here. If you go to define alert notifications section, you should be able to get this information. Try it, set it up, and see how it works. Right? Any questions?
No, I'm good, Herbert.
Okay. Anybody else questions? Sujan, good to see you, man. All right. If no other questions, we can call it a class. Please search for this. I think all of you must be on the WhatsApp group. If you have questions, please do message us on the WhatsApp group, and we can try and look at that and see how best